And joining us right now, Joe diGenova. Joe, good morning. Welcome. Happy Monday.
Good morning.
Joe, one of the things I wanted to start off talking to you about is this migrant caravan invasion, assault, whatever you'd like to call it, on our border. The president is supposed to announce tomorrow a plan to prevent them from being able to gain amnesty, asylum in this country, invoking, according to the Washington Post, Section 212F of the Immigration Nationality Act, which is exactly what he used to invoke the travel ban. And I'm just curious to find out if you think that that is something that he has the power to do and something that will eventually stand up in court.
Well, I think, let me answer the last part first. Yes, it will eventually stand up in court, just the way his ban through the process of vetting people overseas in a series of countries was upheld by the Supreme Court 9-0. Now, that doesn't mean that some district court judge in Hawaii or San Francisco isn't going to rule it unconstitutional and to issue a nationwide injunction. This is going to be a test of whether or not the Supreme Court is going to stop this nonsense on a very short notice. The president is correct. He does have this authority. Let's remember what's going on. We are a country, we have a constitution, and we have borders. We are allowed to protect those borders. The President of the United States was elected, and one of his jobs is to protect those borders. He has the authority, not only under the Constitution, to repel invasions and rebellions and to use military force to do so, but he also has the authority under the Immigration Act, which Congress has delegated to him, to stop invasions. And let's make no mistake about it. This is not a series of refugees coming here for asylum. They are coming here for jobs and to do whatever they want in the United States without obeying U.S. law. Under our Constitution and statutes, you're not allowed to do that. The question is, once the president exercises legal authority to stop the invasion, will some nutty federal judge in Hawaii and San Francisco try to stop him? The answer is yes. A federal judge is going to do that. And the Supreme Court is going to be given a very, very fast opportunity with all of its new members to say there will be no further nationwide injunctions against the President of the United States. That's where we're headed on this.
Joe, I want to find out what your reaction to the idea that the Mexican government has apparently been making offers of benefits and residency to the caravan in order to prevent them from getting to the United States, that caravan has rejected. They apparently voted as a group to just outright reject it and continue plotting towards the United States.
I lost you there.
Joe, I'm sorry, Joe. Just a reaction to the Mexican government making the offer of benefits and residency to the migrants.
First of all, this is what happens when you have a president of the United States who acts like a president of the United States. President Trump has told Mexico and the Central American countries, you either stop this or I'm stopping foreign aid. This is exactly what a series of presidents should have done. Can you imagine George W. Bush, doing this? Of course not,
right.
Because he was a wuss. And President Trump is not. He told the Mexicans, you better start this, you better stop this, and he said that to all the Central American governments. The president is serious about this. That's why the Mexicans offered jobs, asylum, housing, everything. And the fact that this caravan acted as a unit and voted it down tells you that this is not a natural group of people coming up here from Central America. This is an organized, purposely designed group to undercut the sovereignty of the United States government as an effort to undercut the sovereignty in the entire North American region of the United States. This is being funded by foreign countries. It takes all you have to do is do some reading to know that Iran is funneling money into Venezuela, and it's going right into Central America through Hamas and others to fund this march. And no matter what these left-wing nuts say on CNN or MSNBC or Chuck Todd and all these other fruitcakes, this is an invasion, and the president has the authority to repel it. The only question is whether or not some lowly federal district court judge is going to try and stop him.
Joe, on a different note, the declassified information that we were all anxiously awaiting that the president was going to release and then held back at the urging of some of our foreign allies. Where is that? Are we ever going to see that? It's kind of dead in the water. I haven't heard anything about it.
Well, here's what happened. Rod Rosenstein, who, as you know, is the Machiavellian Deputy Attorney General, who's surviving just on his fingertips on the ledge at the top of the hotel, has told the president that if he declassifies the documents, instead of allowing this to go through the Office of Inspector General, which will take it way after the election, if he declassifies, Rosenstein believes that Mueller will consider that declassification a constitutional obstruction of justice to his investigation and will include it in some sort of report that he's going to file. What you have going on here now is watching people who never should have been put in their jobs, like Jeff Sessions and Rod Rosenstein, obstructing the President of the United States from legally declassifying documents. I want all of the listeners to understand that there is one person responsible for these documents not becoming public, and that's Rod Rosenstein. If there were a way to get rid of him before the election, the president would do it. But the problem the president has is every legal advisor he has told him, leave Mueller alone. And now that includes not declassifying these documents. We have reached a point in this democracy where we're either going to have the people who got elected run this country, a.k.a. Donald Trump, or we're going to have unelected nutcakes like Robert Mueller and Rod Rosenstein run this country. That is the stark choice that we face legally and politically. It's hard to believe we got there, but we got there because we have people like Rod Rosenstein trying to run the country.
Let me double back over that then, just to make sure I heard you correctly. Rod Rosenstein said this to the president?
He did. He did. In fact, we know as a result of a conversation that I had with a member of the Joint Committee, I spoke with a senior member of the Joint Committee who told me that this conversation with the president has occurred, that it's Rod Rosenstein, and that something else that's really important, that 3 FBI officials testified that Rosenstein was deadly serious in speaking with McCabe and Lisa Page and others about recording the President of the United States. And that when Rosenstein recommended the firing of Comey, there was a gigantic blow-up with McCabe and Strzok and Prycep and a bunch of people. And Rosenstein said to them, look, I didn't have any choice. Here's what I'll do. I'll give you a special counsel to investigate the president. And that's how Mueller got appointed.
Wow.
Joe diGenova, always bringing interesting information and insight. Really appreciate yours this morning.
You bet.
Thank you. 7:15 now.